G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode. A little bit of a different episode this week. Going to do a bit of a rundown on the new rig you can see behind me. First I'm going to go through what it looked like when it was standard. So viewer discretion advised. It is really freaking boring, and I don't know how I drove it so long. No, just kidding, but I did try to give the car to the missus. I think I had a bit of buyer's remorse after buying it just because it was so boring. But I did hang in there. We sold the Patrol and then got into a few mods. So first of all, I'll show you what it looked like. I'll roll that now.
So as you can see, it come with a bull bar. It's in pretty shoddy shape. I mean, it's not shoddy, it's just could use a paint job, but still I like the shape. Leather interior, embroidered. I think that's part of the pack, you know. Factory mags and tyres, nothing special. Great tread on them and everything, but full-length canopy, which was like a big bonus. I wasn't actually looking for one, but when I saw it, it was definitely a selling point. I love how it's got the door on the back, the under tray toolboxes. Nothing in there. Like, yeah, that's going to be the next video. We're going to do a build. And absolutely stoked with the roof rack. Powder-coated aluminium, everything is. And the only thing is these two dents, man, these annoy the shit out of me, but I've got a plan for them. But yeah, that's the only part that sort of let it down. But yeah, you can see it nosedives in the front here because the suspension in the back's a lot higher, but it's pointed at the ground. But apart from that, yeah, FX4 XLT.
Right, so that's how it did look when we first got it. As you can see, nothing special. It is the XLT model. I probably just mentioned that in the voiceover, but XLT FX4 pack comes with like a bit of a tech pack and stuff. Like, you'll have to look it up what it comes with properly, but it's a nice car. It was smooth. It did all the things that cars are supposed to do, but it was just like after getting out of a GU Patrol that's on 35s, 3-inch lift, it was just really boring to drive. So as soon as that sold, we got straight into the mods. But before that, there was a quick repair. It went into limp mode, I think, the first day I had it. It started throwing codes straight away, basically. I cleared those. I always carry one of those little OBD2 readers, just the cheap one. I think it cost me like $5. I've been carrying that same one, I think, for 10 years in each car that I've had. It just clears codes, basically. Gives you an idea of what the code is that it's throwing. And as soon as you tap on it on your phone screen, it just sends you, because it's a Bluetooth one, straight to your phone. It'll just send you straight to a link on Google and help you diagnose it. But this thing was throwing code after code. I'll throw them up, the codes it was throwing. I think there's like 4, 5, maybe 6 different codes, and you had to work your way through them and work out what it was. But anyway, it turned out to be a boost leak. So I'll throw that footage up now real quick, and then that'll lead into the first mod, is finding it, diagnosing it, and then we had to put a stainless steel pipe in. So a little bit of spanner work, but I mean, easy job. And it's a common fault. And then that's sort of what helped me find it. Was as soon as you get online and look these things up, things that go on these things are the top intercooler hose. Gearboxes, unfortunately, are pretty common on this. There's a couple other little things here, there, and everywhere. So yeah, that was the quick fix for the Stano. It was cheaper to buy that stainless pipe and the other stainless pipe that goes on this side, which I haven't done yet, than it was to just go to Repco and get a silicon like replacement pipe. So this comes with great little clamps. Honestly, guys, this is like a 20-minute job, so don't let that scare you. But I'd rather go with that all day than another silicon. When I get a chance here, I've got to pull the airbox out and slip the other one in, but for now, she's all good. Righto, so after sorting out those first mods, we sold the Patrol, which I decided then it was time to make this car feel like it's mine, give it a little personality, give the car a little bit of soul of its own. So I took it down to Jason at Bayswater Tyre Power. I've been taking my cars through him for years. I've known Jason for a long time, as long as I can remember, and he's one of the best mechanics going. So they got a massive stock of tyres and rims, and I wanted 16s for this, so he tracked down a set of KMC rims for me. We put Dobinson suspension in. Dobinson's is, as far as I know, it's an Australian family-owned business. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I was happy for money to go there. And as you'll know from following this channel, I usually quite happy to swing a spanner myself. But for the dollars that it would cost me to get it in, it was going to cost me the same to have him install it and do a wheel alignment for me anyway. So it was a no-brainer. I'll throw up a bit of the footage now of going through the workshop. Absolute mint little workshop he's got going on there. So we pumped that out. You pump the KMC tyres on it. We put a set of Falcon Wild Peaks that I already had, a set of 16s, put those on. I think we did 3 inches of lift. Fully rebuildable shocks as well. You can go between 2 and 3 inches. I think there's probably a little bit each way. You don't need anything else. The rear end already had a Ironman heavy duty rear set on it, because I think before me, the guy who had it, and you might even recognize the car, but he used it as a catering business, and the back end was always full of stuff, and he was towing with it, and so he had the arse end sort of jacked up for towing. It's got the Red Arc tow pack in there as well, brake controller. Okay, so the tyres have got a little bit too much poke for what the police are probably going to let us get away with. So these are going to have to come off, and I'm going to have to cut, and I don't know, I'll work it out. But these front ones have got some, I can't remember the brand, but some flares to go on, which I think we spoke about earlier, these couple of dents. The flares are actually going to cover the dents. Righto, so there's the flares. Now, first thing you got to do is pull the mud flap. Don't worry too much about the screws, because the pack comes with a whole set of screws anyway. I think this is EGR brand or something like that. If I know it's steady. Something like that anyway. So, first thing we'll do is we'll yank this off and we'll prep the flare. Righto, this is very difficult to do one-handed with the left, so I'm going to yank this off and I'll start filming in a sec. Alright, relatively easy, though I didn't manage to save any of the clips. They all decided they didn't want to come out, so not to worry, the kit does come with all new plugs, so as long as you don't damage the actual mudguard. Well, it's starting to rain. It's going to clear up. So just got to apply the tape to the edge of the flare. Right, one clip in the bottom, about, I don't know, 75mm of the red tape here. There's a couple extra clips underneath. Simple. Now I just need to, it's hard to get the focus in there. Run a few clips in, and then we've got to modify just a touch to get those mud flaps back on. Alright, so they give you instructions on where to cut, make out some markings. I've done it pretty rough. And we should be able to just get in there and cut this out piece by piece. Couple of holes. All right, that's it. Let's go test fit it. All right, they're on easy. Flares look good. How's the poke? Oh man. Got to fix the back, but the front's pretty much bang on. That looks factory. Okay, next day, we've pulled these out, just 4 bolts holding them in. It would have been really nice if they had to use these slots and I could have just adjusted it, but no, they drilled these manky holes. So I'm just gonna shift it over for now. Worked it out that I need extra 60mm and just gonna send it. It is raining today and the all 4 day show is on. So it's about 7:30 in the morning. I was gonna get these in so I can get out of here. All right, quick pilot hole and then, oh no, step drill. Alright, that's one. That'll keep the plot off my back, tucked inside. Not going to shred the wheel when it comes up and over.
I don't think these are exactly made for 33, so if I go to 35s, I am going to need bigger. But I've got myself a little step. Stoked. And that's 2 factory.
So I'll give you a run around as it looks now and as it sits, and I'm so freaking stoked. I'll tell you what, I'm actually in love with it, and it's the first time after getting it all done that the old trick is you know you got the right car after you park it, you turn around to look at it. So I'll give you a swing around it now and see what it looks like. We'll put them in. Got the adjustable Dobbos in there. The KMCs, I think they're called Carnage from memory. Stoked. Tyres are already dirty. We just come through a section of the power line, so I really like these tyres. They haven't let me down before, so I'm quite happy to run them on this car as well. And the rims, I actually fell in love with these as soon as you showed me. And so it wasn't easy to find a set of 16s at the time. We actually had to get these ones in from Queensland. So these guards, we had to pump out 60 mil just to get that look, but the look and the stance of it, I'll try and get a better angle, but it's so aggressive. I'm loving it. That awning came off the last car. That was given to me by ARB in Midland. The roof rack, I'm stoked because I could actually fit it in my carport still. FX4 pack. So it came with a few different things. I think it came with part of a tech pack. There was a bit of a sticker pack on it. It comes with a leather interior. I'm not sure what else it really came with. I think there was like stickers on the bonnet on some of them, and a lot of them had manuals. I actually really wanted a manual for this car, but couldn't find one. And then the bull bar, absolutely love this style of bar. Not a lot of side protection, obviously that's a downside, but the shape and the approach angles that it gives you is awesome. Has got this top hoop which is removable, but I will leave it for obviously protecting the radiator if I do hit a root. Spotlight, man, it is old. It's an Ironman. It's yellow and crazed, and obviously I will replace it at some point, but it still spits out the light, so I have got no complaints there. So yeah, those drawers are just loose. I've just put those together. They're not mounted yet, so I do love the fact that the back door on this opens and not just solid. It's going to be so much easier because this is going to be like my storage space in here. The spare tyre still fits underneath, so yeah, I just love the way I've got all this way to get in. So anyway, I won't go into too much detail about the canopy because there's going to be a full video on that. The dents, this absolutely covers the 2 dents that were right here in the guard. So the guards are a little bit pricey, but not as expensive as it would have been trying to panel beat those dents out. Doing it myself, I wouldn't have got it perfect, and paying someone, I think, you know, one of these paintless dent removers, these guards are cheap as in hindsight, in comparison, that's for sure. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. Very basic rig rundown. 3-inch lift, 33-inch tires on KMCs. Everything else is good at the moment. I'm going to put a winch in the front. I'll probably paint and color code that front bull bar either black or white. Let me know in the comments what you think. But as far as the next part of this build goes, it's going to be the canopy. We're going to do a bit of a fit out. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not into like the full everything in there. I still like spaces and nooks to sort of stack extra stuff. This is my daily driver. This is also my tourer, my weekend camping rig, but it's also a bit of a shop rig for picking up parts on the for my Falcon build, which if you've been following the channel, you'll see that I'm building a car also on this channel. So we're going to be putting in a fridge, power, like obviously 12 volt, some lithium, probably some solar. I've got a couple of drawers already. We're going to insulate it. I'm going to build a dog box in there so I can carry my mate with me. So that will be the next part of the build for this vehicle. So if you're following along, guys, thanks for watching. If you're interested in the canopy build, hit the subscribe and all that sort of stuff. Hit me up in the comments if you want to know anything else. There is another XC Falcon build video coming up. It'll be the next video, I'd say. Then there'll be a boat camping trip video coming up very shortly. So yeah, if you're into the outdoors, if you're into cars, if you're into modding, if you're into the backyard stuff, give us a follow, hit the bell, all the stuff. Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. Cheers.